What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're here with Fro. We're working on the car, and today we're going to be trying to make some door cards. Added some sheet metal, and it might take a couple days, so bear with us, guys. Let's get started. Alright, the dash turned out pretty good, guys. Super happy with the results. There might be one or two little spots that we might need to hit up, or a spot that I know there's a couple, but it's got to be a couple. But if there's a few spots here and there that I might have missed, I can just hit it with some more glue and drop some more flock on it, which is way easy to deal with. So, all right, let's start measuring. So with these door cards, guys, we're on the debate about it, but I was thinking for the rears to just go completely blank door card. And I'm thinking blank sheet metal on the back. I'll probably get rid of the door locks, just leave them in the unlock position. And then the fronts, I gotta figure it out if I'm gonna get rid of these rear windows and just go plexiglass. And if that's the case, I'm gonna try to utilize these front little switches and put one on each door in the front. But yeah, just some ideas. So the idea behind it is we're gonna try to make two templates, see if they match. Out of paper, cardboard would probably be more ideal.
Oh, you're so crazy, guys. You're so crazy. Here, come on, you motherfucker bitches.
Okay, so tipped off my shift boot, the top portion. I flocked this, right? But I need to paint the inside. This is going to be covered by that dash portion, but this, I don't know if I'm ever going to take the boot out. And if I ever decide to take the boot off, I'm going to have it painted black, just to be on the safe side. Just little finishing touches. I know that I'm going to need to Alright, see how that turned out. Alright, so I started pulling all these clips off of the door because I want it to sit as flush as possible. I want to try to tuck them in behind and underneath and wrap it back up here. I'm trying to get more clearance that the door card is normally kind of poking out. So even with the clip removal tool that I got, I'm sure there's better out there. This one here, shit was a pain in the ass to get these little clips out because they're so old. They're not. I mean, but surprisingly enough, man, Honda, dude, everything on this car is still stock, you know. So it's just the fit and finish is just nice, man. So get this down and in through the base of the door. Still run them the way I would normally, but this way I have a little more clearance from the door. Hopefully, alright? But this one's for the door lock actuator, and this one's for the window, so I definitely want the window to still work. Alright. These, to avoid noise, Just gonna zip them up together. Alright, so I'm gonna head and kind of started taking some of this glue off. And I'm gonna paint the interior of the car, guys. I get it, trust me, I know. I'm scratching it all up. I understand that. But I am gonna hit it with this. You can see. Scratch it up. I am going to hit it with sandpaper afterwards, okay, but this is just an easier way to get it all off. But the majority of it's gone on the floor. Now I'm just going to grind the rest off. Man, it's hot, guys. Woo, it's hot. Alright, guys, so a couple things that I did, and I'll show it to you guys right now just to explain it. I mean, it's a lot of busy work, guys. So I made a template, I made it again, I made it again, and I got the point to where I want it. I used the standard card to just trace over it. So I'm going to trim slightly right around here and right around here. This is where the stock one went, but I'm going to trim that out and extend this a little bit. So basically, I'm happy with the door card, as far as the template goes, and I just kind of show you guys what I was doing. So I figured, I'm not going to use a light, I'm not going to use the power lock back here, I'm not going to use the power window back here, so I do still have those harnesses. I'm just going to tuck this up real quick so you guys can see what I was trying to do. I did this in the front as well. The front was more of a pain in the ass because there's more plugs, okay? So, all the wires are now tucked back here. Down at the very bottom. And I'll show you guys where it's at. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's a bolt, a hump. Either way, right here there's this bolt. It goes directly towards this bracket. Okay, now I know nothing's gonna drop behind that or in between there, so that's where I tucked it up underneath. Okay, now the window's still gonna be able to drop down. And there's plugs here that I'm not going to utilize, okay, just so you know, like the roll-up window and the light. And then there's in the front there's door speakers as well as the lock. So I'm not going to use a power lock in the front. It is going to still be active, it's just that switch is not going to be active. So I deleted the power locks up front and I deleted the window switch in the back. I'm going to keep the window switch in the front as well as a hole, which right here is where the door mounts, where the door handle like mounts to the actual door itself, so it's actually super strong. I'm going to use that same hole to use as a pull cord to open and close the door, and then I'm going to figure out a way to get this open and closed. And they're going to be like super side by side, so I don't know what I'm going to use just yet. I've been thinking about some lanyards or tow hooks or something of that fashion, but still. The biggest issue was that these plugs, they're mounted on the outside, and the door is a flat door, you see, and it makes perfect sense to have a door card there. Problem is, with those plugs, they're mounted on the outside and it leaves like a big, it's got some gap. So in order for that to go away, I tucked all those plugs away and hid them down underneath, okay? This way the door card fits flat against it and I can just drill this small hole. It's hot. This is how the door cards are gonna sit. This one is flush too, as you can see. Sorry about the shitty lighting. yeah, so I'll take this, I'll put it on some cardboard, or might as well even just take this and put it on the stainless and trace it. I got that cardboard, I haven't used it yet, so those are my extra templates. So yeah guys, we'll take this, we'll go get some sheet metal now, and I want to finish up this cluster right here, this center console. So let's go finish that up. I got it hanging outside. So obviously the beige isn't going to stick around, but that's the mind state. What do you guys think? Alrighty. So those are the door cards. They look amazing. Tucking in that you can see going flush. It's going to be flush straight down. So those are the measurements, guys, for the front door, back door. Alright, so welcome back. Today I'm just adding on to the videos of a couple of other videos, but here's what it comes down to. I got the metal. It's taken so long to get this freaking metal, guys. Oh my gosh. I went to a metal supply place, and I went to initially Dixieline, Home Depot, fucking everywhere. I ended up finally going to a metal supply place, and I basically looked up LBR door cards, you know, and I looked at the metal that they're using, and they're using like a .036. It's like a measurement and no, it's like I don't know if it's a measurement or if it's a type of metal, right? And I think it's a type of metal, and then it's like a 1.5 mil, right? So I told the guy, he's like, yeah, I got it, come on by. I came on by, he's like, who'd you talk to? I was like, a guy named Bruce. He's like, shit on Bruce. I was like, why? He's like, I don't have it, I sold out. So I'm like, alright, great, you know. Long story short, he tells me he's got some better metal that people use for door cards. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, it's .033. It's a little bit more malleable, I guess, but it costs more. I'm like, great, of course it costs more. So long story short, he actually gave me this for $10 less than what he initially charged me for the less expensive material, because he made a mistake. But I fitted in my Foreigner. It's all beat up on the bottom, I guess, but once you peel off the top, it's like super shiny. But I don't know if I'm gonna do it with that. I guess it's called a PVC coating. But let's get this shit in. So look, this is, I don't even want to tell you, but it's more than enough for door cards, front and rear, and a bunch of other shit. So let's get to work. Alright, that's not so bad. Just don't drop it on my chunk of feet, man. Just gonna put this right over here and not hit my feet against my fucking car dollies, because they are metal, they hurt totally. So I'm excited right now, guys. I finally got everything I needed. I needed to trace down certain things. So I had to get this. I had to get the cardboard. I had to get this. I had to get some clamps. I had to get some saw bits, jigsaw bits. I had to get froze drill. and it's jigsaw. This drill bit wasn't large enough, so I had to order another one. Ordered some more flocking. Oh guys, if you guys think you guys would rock one of these, it says underfunded garage on the side, and well, it has a little UFG logo on the front, and both sleeves have the underfunded. Let me know. Just throw it down in the comments whether or not you like it or not, or even if you would rock it. And it's got a hoodie on it too, windbreaker. It's a new day. We're back. Prozac, I wanted to show you guys this. I'm just going to tie all these videos together, but it is a new day. So Fro's got these cool little shrink wraps. And
stupid things.
Fro tried to use them like a while back on the Civic, and they didn't work. But have you seen them on the fucking YouTube or something? But
I was just impatient.
Heat gun shrinks up these. Well, next time he does one, but we had some wires that were eaten up by the rat, but we're fixing them. So he's just showing you guys these. These are pretty fucking cool. My camera, the focus on it.
No, it turns out I just wasn't patient enough.
Oh, you guys see me. So yeah, I guess Fro had tried these in the past, but wasn't patient enough, supposedly, or something. He said he just didn't trust the fact that the plastic wouldn't melt to crisp.
I didn't use the vise, so I burned myself before I melted the metal, and I didn't like it.
But these are cool. They shrinks up on both sides, and then the metal shrinks down, and everything gets tied up all in one. And I seen guys using a candle with these things, dude.
Yeah.
They're just holding it over a fucking candle with both ends, and this shit was working. But the heat gun works best. Seen guys use a blow dryer.
Yeah, you end up using a vise or some pliers. It's better not burn yourself.
Yeah, that's a good idea. What the fuck's that beeping noise? Let's go get some food.
Let's do this.
No, that shit melted.
Yeah, this one did. Trip how much power that little thing takes. Like if the fan slows down.
This is what Fro's been working on. Just try to get as close to the same color as stock. And this is for the VTEC plug. No, that's not for the VTEC plug. That's for the yeah, it's for the VTEC plugs. And then he's going to extend that into the harness and then attach it to the harness by the ECU. Right over here. She's already working on. This is the old wiring that we got to get rid of. Show a little trick that Fro knows. That's one wire that Fro just did.
Just gotta do the shrink wrap on that one. Doesn't look bad without it though.
Yeah. And there's the Christmas tree wires. Definitely looks better than it did. Way better. The old wires just were hacked up. Sorry if you're getting wind noise, guys. It's a warm day in San Diego, but this was the old wiring on my car. I hate to admit it. The Fro cleaned up some of it already for us, but this right here we didn't touch. And this is the stuff that we're gonna replace. Damn, that brown one is deep in there. That brown one? Is this shifter in your way?
No, the box back here. You see one of these, the other ring thing right around here?
Alright, so I went ahead and taken off everything I want to. I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do with this right here and how I'll address having a handle. Went ahead and unscrewed the door lock. I'm going to get something else that threads in there. I'll show you guys that. Got some cool ideas for that. So this is basically what I did. I pulled all the wires that you guys seen out, tucked them all in. These are labeled already with my kind of writing that I would know what the hell it means, right?
I know where they go, but I went ahead and wrote down what I needed to. And that's what I'm actually going to try to figure out how to plug here or route somewhere else under the dash, or not exactly sure just yet. So, but this is necessary to make the door cards flat the way I want to. But now if you can see, it's a flush straight down, and I didn't have that with all those plugs and harnesses sticking out. Okay, so without the speaker there, this is where I kind of tucked everything. And there's another cable in here, plug that leads to the light, that I kind of tucked in there that I'm not going to use as well. So this right here is for the door lock controller, so that has to stay because I'm still going to retain my factory automatic door switch from the front, so I can actually unlock the doors all the way around and roll the windows up and down. And I'll show you guys what I'm doing with that. Fro used these. What are they? 1.5 inch? I think 1.5 inch, yeah. To rivet them up against the firewall, and we used rib nuts. Oh, see, you got cool hardware. I didn't know you used those. Nice hardware, gang. That's what's up. So that's just gonna clean that up. What I'd like to try to do is when I pull the fuse box in, I'm gonna try to mount that here, right next to my ECU. Still have enough kick plate for footrest. That way you guys aren't worried about kicking things. And this is all the wiring that Fro was able to patch up for me. It looks way nicer.
We'll talk it up further when we get the loan.
Yep. And we got some loom. I gotta order some new loom, but
We gotta
thinner
figure out the
loom.
final install location of the computer before we
Start
make it
actually
tight.
wrapping everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. Progress is progress. And I'll be working on it some more, but that's gonna wrap it up for today, guys. We're just gonna clean up now.